Hi everyone, let's solve the second question from today's weekly contest, that is rearrange array to maximize prefix score. In this question, you are given a zero indexed array, nums, and you can rearrange the elements of nums to any order, right? And we have a prefix, be the array containing prefix sums of nums. So prefix is just the prefix sum array, prefix sums of nums after rearranging it. So in other words, prefix of I is the sum of the elements from 0 to I in nums after rearranging it. And the score of nums is the positive it's the number of positive integers in the array prefix. So we need to return the maximum score we can achieve. Right. So here we are, first of all, we are given a nums array and we have to rearrange it in such a manner that when you calculate the prefix sums, right, in that particular array you get the maximum amount of positive integers, right? So that is what the question is, right? So let's understand it with the first test case given. So we are given this array nums, right? Now what is given to us is that we can rearrange it in any order that we would like, right? So but what we need to do is, right, we need to calculate, the prefix array. So what, first of all, what is a prefix array? You do nothing but a prefix array, just contains the sum of the numbers from, like, particular index in the prefix array denotes that, like, if we talk about ith index, so this particular ith value in the prefix array contains the sum from the first, that is the 0th index, to this ith index. So that is what prefix array means, right? So here what the prefix array will look like, if we just consider this nums array. So we will get 2 here, then we will add -1 to it, so we will get 1. Then we will add to this particular sum, right? This is the sum up to these two values. We have to add 0 to it, so it will still be 1. Then we will add these numbers, so what we will get? So this is the sum up to 3 numbers, right? So we'll simply add 1 to it, so we will get 2, right? Then -3, so we will get -1. Then we have 3, so we will again get 2, and then we will again get -1. So we will be getting something like this. This is what the prefix array will look like. Now we are being told that we have a score, right? So the score of the prefix array means the number of positive integers present in the prefix array. So if you see here, if you calculate the number of positive integers, you have 2, 1, 2 and 2, right? So these are 5 positive integers inside of this prefix array. So right now this is the score. So what we need to do is we need to maximize this score, right? So let's see how we can do that. So what we are doing is we are calculating the sum from the very first index, and from this particular index to any particular index. So we call it a prefix sum. So if we want to get maximum positive integers, then what should be the case? Then all the like, first of all, we will have negative numbers here also. So if the array only had positive integers, then there was no talking about score, right, or maximizing it, because then we will be getting all the numbers positive because it is a sum. But we have negative values, so if we can shift all the negative values to the last of the array, right? So let's say we do this, right? So we have 2 here, so 0, let's take 0 here, let's take 1 here, let's take 3 here, right? Then shift all the negative numbers to the last, and the more the negative number is, you shift it to the last of the array, right? So you have -1, and then you have 2 minus 3. Okay, so if we kind of like try to do this, now let's calculate the prefix, right? So if we now calculate the prefix, so what this is ensuring is that from starting from this particular index, if you add all the positive integers before the negative integers, you will be getting a large sum, and to decrease it to like negative, it will take more amount of negative numbers, right? So if we shift all the negative numbers to the last, then we will be getting more positive integers. So let's calculate the sum. So we have 2 here, we will get 2 here, we will get 3 here, and then after 3 we will get 6 here. Then after this 6, what will happen? We will get 5 here, and this 5 minus 3 is 2, then minus 1. So we'll be getting something like this. So now you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 positive integers. So we have kind of maximized the score, right? So okay, so this is what we have to do, right? So if so we are now just saying that if we just transfer the negative numbers to the last. So what we are essentially trying to say is, if we sort this array in descending order, right? If we sort this array in descending order, then we will be getting more sum, right, in the starting, and then we will be decreasing the sum in the last and maybe negative in the last, but we will be getting more positive integers, that is for sure, if we sort this array in descending order. So that is what we are going to do. What we will do, we will sort this particular array in descending order and then calculate prefix sum and then calculate the number of positive integers we get, because that will give us the maximum score, right? So let's see here. So let's see the code. So what we are doing, we are first sorting this in descending order, right? So this greater int function does what? It sorts the array in descending order, because sort usually it sorts the array in ascending order. So you need to pass this so that it sorts the array in descending order. That is, the larger value will be the in the initial of the array, and lesser value will be to the last of the array. Right now I have taken two quantities, sum and ans. So basically we don't have to create a new vector and then count numbers in that. So what we are doing is, we will see what we are going to do is, we are calculating sum up to nums of I. So we can simply calculate it using the previous element in the prefix array only, right? You just need this previous element and you have to add this particular element into it, right? So we can simply do it by having this sum variable. So it will be having values equal to the prefix sum. Now you will start from the very first index, and here you will check if this is greater than 0, then you will just put that value inside of our answer. We will increment our answer variable. So this will, by the end of the iteration, will return us the number of positive integers, right, inside of this particular array. So we know that if we sort this array in descending order, then we will be getting an answer, right? So we are sure that if we sort this in descending order, so we have sorted this, and then we are iterating here and we are calculating the sum, and in each iteration we are checking whether this sum is greater than 0 or not. If it is, then we are incrementing it at our ans variable. So this ans variable will be our maximum score. So that is how you have to solve this question.